Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Kaylin with Remax Real Estate Center.
And Lisa with Global State Mortgage.
Yes, we're practicing our homecoming court poses today.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there's parades.
There's parades, exactly. It's high school homecomings are going
and
on.
there's the walking down because, right, there's
exactly.
Right, people on the court voting. There's
there's assemblies, there's dress up days.
Dress up day. So
Yes.
it's our homecoming. So my boys go to South Hamilton to school. And I noticed the other day it was Tacky Tourist Tuesday. And oh my gosh, I think all the kids participated. Watching all the kids come out of the school with their tacky tour, which some of them are pretty tacky, including my boy.
So what do you wear for tacky?
Well, so he wore like his fedora with this Hawaiian shirt with an unmatching t-shirt with a tie that was tied but down to here, and then I found an old camera.
I was gonna say, we have a camera around his neck.
Yes, we had a camera around his neck.
It's hard to find nowadays.
It was. I found it in this odd drawer, right?
Yep.
And then he had on green socks with his slides.
I love it. I mean, I love these homecoming traditions and things that are going on. I can't really remember. It's been so long ago. I don't know that we did anything other than the assembly and the football game and the dance. I don't really remember anything odd.
Oh, really? We had dress up days, and we also had really great assembly. We had the best teachers in high school. And I just saw actually one of my old teachers, Mrs. Wallhans, and she's retired from just everything now. But our teachers, they did, actually in our band teacher, Mr. Colden, they did red and the white spots. And the teachers got up and had this whole dance.
Oh my gosh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, so it's a fun week. I just saw somebody post too, like one of the girls, like, I love homecoming. And I'm like,
really?
Yeah, I'm like, it's kind of a fun.
Well, I got really involved in homecoming, not when I was in high school, but when my daughter was on the homecoming committee.
Oh, of course.
Yes, I have. I have a daughter that was in every club she could be in.
Yes.
Yes. So she was on the homecoming committees, student council, you name it. Everything. And in sports and all that kind of stuff. So homecoming for me was a lot of work.
Oh, right. Because you were the mom.
I was the mom.
She signed up for everything. Hey, mom, I need poster board. Hey, mom, I need markers. Hey, mom, I need.
Jeez. Can we have the committee meetings in our house?
You make some food.
Decorating T-shirts, making posters, and then, of course, when she was a senior, she was juniors are run the homecoming. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, because there was a meeting or talking to the principal about the moms. And I said, well, why am I involved? Because your daughter's on the committee. Oh, I have to do all this. So our video just stalled there. So I don't know what you missed out there. But
sorry.
Yeah, when your daughter's on the committee, the mom's on the committee.
Right. Yeah.
But that was fun, really. I mean, look back on it, and they had the dress up days and different themes, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was fun.
And then my son went through high school and participated in nothing.
Oh.
Well, he was in
one extreme to the other.
Right, he was in football, golf, and track, but
no committees.
No committees. Yeah, I think he, saw what his sister did. Like, I'm not doing that.
Go in there, Mom. I'm going to save you from all of it.
Yeah, so it was nice. I was not at the high school near as much when he was in school. With her, I was there almost every day. Oh my gosh, she's a lot high maintenance if she's listening.
Right,
so,
Erica.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, so homecoming is fun, and you kind of know what's going on, and so what is with this box, Lisa? Wrong way. The box. So why are we talking about a box?
So as you can tell, this is, Amazon got the arrow, right? Everybody probably all knows the little arrow, right?
They do.
In the box. And have you ever gone, whether you've ordered something or you're at the store, and then they kind of look at you like, this isn't going to fit, right?
Right.
What you want, not going to fit. It's awkward. Right. It's not quite the right shape. It
doesn't work the way you want it.
It doesn't work the way you want it.
Right.
So it's not going to work for you.
Right.
Well, so in the loan business, there are nice little products, right?
Yes.
They're offered that they're super convenient. They're really nice, and just things, right? Everything about your profile, everything, right, fits in the box.
Right. So a 30-year, 20% down fixed loan is in the box.
It's in the box.
3.5% down FHA in the box.
Yes, kind of. It's kind of like standards aren't set in the box, but that is an in the box. It would fit in the box.
Right. So what if I don't fit into that box?
So if you don't fit into the box,
okay,
we have programs, and I just don't think people realize all the programs that are out there
Okay.
for somebody who doesn't fit in the box.
Let's see.
See what doesn't fit in the box.
Ooh, a bank statement loan. What is that all about?
So if you are somebody who is self-employed, sometimes your taxes do not really show what you make.
Okay.
And so there is a program called the bank statement loan. And I mean, right, it's a lot of paperwork because I need your bank statements and all of them, but we're looking at deposits. We're looking at different things like that to actually develop your income.
Okay.
So if you are self-employed, I mean, this is just one product for that self-employed person that doesn't fit in the
box.
In the box. I should have another something, but you fit outside of the box.
Okay. All right. Well, here's another one that says 1 year of self-employment, because typically you have to have 2 years history of self-employment to
Yes.
take a look at getting a mortgage.
Yes.
So you can do it if you're only employed a
You
year.
can. There's a program out there that say you had a career and well, I just had a person ask me about this. So say you were working at a landscaping company, right?
Mhm.
And now you've gone out on your own, started your own company, and you've been in it for a year, but not 2 years.
Okay.
So there is a program out there that
Oh.
we can do that you're in it for not 2 years, but
That's really helpful because there's a lot of people that are considered self-employed, like hairstylists.
yes,
You know, as well, like there's a lot of landscapers, there's a lot of contractors, there's
Yeah.
a lot of realtors
yes.
that were really self-employed.
You are. And
So-
so if you're 1099, so people say, no, I'm not self-employed, I'm 1099. I'm like, well, you're self-employed.
Right. Or in other words, you own your own business.
You own your own business. You're not
Exactly.
having somebody
Exactly.
take taxes out and you're having to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a tough one for outside the box.
It is,
Ooh,
yeah.
lower credit scores.
Lower credit scores. So I think there's a little bit of a misconception out there that I need to have this credit score to qualify.
Okay.
And so whether you're looking at some government products
Mhm.
going down to a 580 credit score,
Ooh.
and they're kind of even, I just heard at our last meetings that we might be going down to a 550 credit score on
Ooh,
some
wow.
products. So I think that there's some guidelines, and our loan products are still make sense. We've got to provide, and now maybe your debt to income ratio needs to be a little bit lower when you've got
Okay.
a lower credit score.
Right.
But there's some options out there for you. Even if you're looking in the jumbo, those higher priced homes
Okay.
with a higher price loan amount, you still don't have to have perfect credit. There's some
Right.
options out there for you to get along. So your credit score, you should look. I mean, at least talk to somebody about
Right.
whether you qualify now or how we can get you there. But it doesn't have to be as high as some people think it needs to be.
Okay. But with all of these, I would imagine that your terms are going to be a little bit
A little different.
different. Your interest rate's going to be a little higher. Is that correct?
Could be.
Yep. Yep. So
So
just keep in
risk.
mind.
So your interest rate and your risk all
Mhm.
kind of go together.
Exactly. So you're probably not going to get the lowest interest rate with these, but there are options for you.
Well, and so if you can get into some of these products
Mhm.
and then maybe we improve your, depending on what rates are, you can refinance.
Right.
There's different options. But
Right.
if the payment works for you and right now it gets you into something maybe now rather than as prices go up and rates go
Mhm.
up, it, helps you out.
Exactly. So investment properties. Ooh, investment properties. So you want to buy an investment property.
Yeah, so investment properties, we don't do zero down like some of the infomercials,
Yeah.
but you can do lower down with a single family house. And then some people think once they own 4 houses,
Mhm.
now I've got to do a commercial loan. You don't. You can,
Oh.
once you get into that number 5 investment property, there's a little different parameters, but still super doable. And you can still do a 30-year fixed
Okay.
on an investment property even after that 4th one. And so,
Okay. That's good advice too.
yeah, which
So-
is a little
because a lot of
outside the
people,
box.
it is, and a lot of people are looking at that as part of their retirement portfolio as
They
investment
are,
properties.
yes.
Ooh, medical profession, starting your residency or your first job, because I would imagine they have a lot of
Lots
student debt. So you're just coming out of your residency, you've got a,
Yes.
you're actually a doctor now.
You are. You're going to start your first job, and
Right,
you've gotten
and
that
you-
job. You want to buy a house, right?
Right.
And so we typically know that in that medical profession, the income that you are going to receive is greater than some of the other jobs, but yet you're starting off with a lot of student debt. So
Right.
this program is awesome. That addresses that student debt and addresses even like this is future income that's coming in.
That's
So
good to
it's
know.
really a good program.
Yeah, because this really can be because when you're in your residency, you're probably, you're not 21.
Right.
So you've been around a while. You might already have a family.
Yes, a
So
lot
you
of
need a
people have a
family with you.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so medical profession, just so you know,
Mhm.
is our doctors, and you're actually practicing medicine.
Mhm.
Your dentists and your veterinarians are all
Okay.
in the medical profession.
So if you have a doctor in that name, come
But
see us.
Right, but you can't be like a doctor of psychology.
Okay, gotcha. Medical doctor,
Medical
sorry.
doctor.
Yes. You can't be like a doctor of paleontology like Ross on Friends or something.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So manufactured housing, that always comes up when we're looking at homes that are manufactured housing. Nothing wrong with the house.
Nope.
It's just a different type of construction. So sometimes in loan programs, that can be an issue.
It is. It's an issue for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And so we have conventional options, FHA options, low down payment options
Okay.
for a manufactured house, but it does put it outside the box
Okay.
because there's a few different engineering, structural engineer certs that have to
Right.
happen. But don't just back away from it because it is a manufactured house. So
Okay.
there's definitely options out there for it.
Perfect. Okay. Ooh, renovation loans. So you're buying something that is structurally sound, but needs a few things. So can you
Yes.
borrow money to get that fixed up?
You can.
Oh, that's so nice.
Which is so nice because you do it within your first loan. So it's not
Okay.
like buying the house and then having to figure out, oh my gosh, where am I going to get the money to renovate this house?
right.
It's all incorporated in it. I've actually seen a few houses on the market lately that are just really outdated, like
Mhm.
really outdated. And they're just sitting there because of that fact.
Right.
So you come in, there's the conventional renovation loan and there's an FHA one, but you come in and you close on the house as a purchase and then that renovation is done after.
Okay.
So it's an awesome product, and I wish more people kind of would be like, oh yeah, because the value has to come in, right? We do all
Right.
that ahead of time with the appraisal to make sure it's all coming in like it should. But it's a really great option that I think a lot of people don't think about
Right.
when they're walking into a house.
So here's a question I do have with this, though.
Yeah.
The renovations have to be done by a licensed contractor, correct?
They do. You can't go in and do them yourself. That is the one thing, yeah, because we want to make sure as the loan, right? We're still backing that loan,
Right.
so we want to make sure it gets done.
Right.
That's actually the biggest thing,
Yeah.
and that it gets done correctly.
Right. You don't want me going in there and changing out the electrical box or anything
Right,
like that.
because you haven't fixed your TV yet. So.
I haven't. No, I have not. It's talking about ghost TV, but I did put together a do-it-yourself assembled lamp yesterday.
Oh, good. But that's
Yes.
not construction, so
All right.
she's
I
good.
can't undo it. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Asset utilization. I think you typed that wrong. It should be
Oh, I did.
PRON. There's a
Okay,
typo
don't show
here.
anybody.
Housing event, short sale, foreclosure, that's typed wrong too. No MI options. Loaded no down payment options. We won't show this because obviously Lisa was in a hurry when she typed this. So let's talk about asset utilization. What does that mean?
So that's another thing for those, mostly, sometimes it's not self-employed, but it's people that have a ton of money, but it's caught up, right? And a ton of assets. So you put it away in investments. And
Okay.
you put it away in things. So some people are like,
So it's not liquid money, essentially.
no, it's
Okay,
not. And so you're
liquid.
like, I could technically pay cash for this house. I mean, that's
Right.
how most days. And you actually have to have enough in assets. You could pay cash for this house,
Okay.
but you don't want to pay cash for this house because
Right.
you're like, no, I'd like to keep all this money in my
Because it's earning.
because it's earning.
Right.
And so we're calculating income and things like that, taking them from the huge amount of assets basically that you have. So it's
Right.
a great program for somebody like that. And so foreclosures and short sales, we have some programs now that there's certain minimum time requirements that have to be behind that. There's some programs that say, oh, we are going to shorten that time because
Mhm.
you're going to show us with other things that you're good for this.
Gotcha.
And it was just an event that happened.
Yep.
that
Exactly. Exactly.
way.
Like, during the recession,
Yeah.
job loss, whatever, and now
Yeah.
everything's kind of set back again.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think there's
Awesome.
options. There's lots of look at the box is empty.
Box is empty. We're waiting for you to fill that in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fill
so
it in here, or you can fill it in outside
slide the box. See, there's lots of options. Well, good. This was a lot of great information for those that just aren't that just typical 20% down, 30-year fixed loan.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. It's a low down payment, 3.5%, 3%, 3.5%, 5%. Gift
Yep.
funds. I think gift funds was one. If you don't have your own money, gift funds.
There you go.
If somebody's willing to give it to you, then
We'll put it on a house,
we'll
right?
figure out how to use it.
How to use it. All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks everybody, and hope everybody's homecoming weeks are fun and inspiring and memory making.
Memory making.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're older and we still remember homecoming.
Oh yeah, I won't tell you the bad memories. Oh,
Yeah,
the good ones.
We're all
Yeah.
about the good ones.
All right, see you guys next week and have a great weekend.